Stiller Nation, sports fans, welcome to another version of Soul Tape. It is a victory.
It's called coaching.
Sidney Crosby passes Mario Lemieux as the Penguins' all-time points leader.
The Pirates have one of the best pitching staffs. They be balling. I'm fired up. Hey, what's up, Pittsburgh? What's up, sports fans of Pittsburgh? Steelers Nation, Penguins Nation, Pirates Nation. Did I say enough, Ken?
You said it.
My name is Kevin Cameron, and in the studio today is, you know him, Mr. Ken Craig. And we had a false start getting started today, but we should be good to go for right now, okay? And Ken, the first thing that I would like to say is it's a big day today, not just because of what we need to talk about from a sports perspective, but it's our son's, myself and Francine, my wife's son's birthday today.
Woo!
Mr. Jalen Cameron, and we'll be getting together with him a little later on as well. But happy birthday, Jalen, if you're out there watching or listening. For everyone else, welcome again to another version of Soul Take. And if you would like to be a part of the conversation, the phone numbers are on your screen. However, Ken, you have those digits as well, right?
Absolutely. First off, happy birthday, Jalen, my man. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a good day out there. But if you want to call in or text in, you want to join the conversation, give us your hot takes of the week. There's a lot happening around Pittsburgh. So call us at 412-213-8995 or shoot us a text. We got the boards up here. We will read your text. 412-218-3888.
And man, Ken, I'm looking up at the screen as well. And I thought I know what happened with the restart. It kind of threw things off as far as what was on the TV screen. I was going to say, wow, we're really behind.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have to get that reset. All right, so we have so much going on here in Pittsburgh sports that we need to talk about, man. So much. You were running around today up in Cranberry, from what I understand. Someone had a press conference.
Someone sure did. The Pittsburgh Penguins GM Kyle Dubas, or I'm sorry, President of Hockey Operations and General Manager Kyle Dubas. He had his end of season, final kind of report card / this is what's happening going into the offseason press conference today. So was good, was really good. I tell you what, he's very transparent.
Are you sure, Ken?
Yeah, he's transparent, but he's strategic.
Transparent but strategic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. And what year is he in now, Ken?
With the
Mr.
Pens?
Kyle Dubas.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
You're putting me on the spot here. I believe this is his fourth.
Is that long?
Yeah.
I would have said third. But time flies.
Yeah, it does.
And especially when you're having fun. While you're doing that, he made some big news.
Mm-hmm.
Right, during the press conference. One of the biggest questions, for the Pittsburgh Penguins is as far as Mr. Malkin will he be back? That was a big part of the press conference, right?
Yeah, it was a big part of it. It was the elephant in the room, and the first question asked.
Okay,
so
get it out the way. Get it out the way. Don't mess around.
Knocked it out. He joined the Pittsburgh Penguins on June 1st, 2023.
So 3 years. Yeah, man, Ken, I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good.
Yeah,
just going off the top of my head.
But yeah, that was the first question asked. They knocked it out, and yeah, it was good. They did announce that. Well, first they went into it and talked about, okay, who's there, and who are there prospects that Evgeni Malkin would be blocking from coming up, right? Coming up from the AHL. Is there people who can play?
Because he's 39.
39.
Right? I mean, how long do you stick around?
Well, if you're a point per game type of player, you know, and is there someone to take that place?
Yeah.
And backfill that production?
Right.
And as of right now, there's not.
Okay.
No one in the
no one could replace him right now, basically.
Not on our team.
Yeah.
Not that's on our team.
Okay.
Right. So if they go out and get a free agent, potentially, you know what I mean? Or if they go out and make a trade. But you know, he's moved from a center to a wing.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And because of that, you know, Kyle Dubas, said he's not blocking anybody.
Will he stay at wing? I know he did mostly wing later in the year.
Yeah, and he was asked that during the locker cleanout session, and he said he's absolutely happy to stay at wing, which it's better for him. He's doing less skating around the offensive zone, more posting up, and But
and I know Dubas said that he's not satisfied with just making the playoffs, and that he feels as though the team has a long way to go. You know, pretty young team, right, with the exception of the big three.
Well, big three, and then a couple older guys as well. And how he explained it was, so you have your youth guys, your younger guys that are newer, and then you have your veterans, right? So your Sidney Crosby, Evgeni Malkin, Erik Karlsson, Chris Letang, Rickard Rakell, those players that are 30 plus, right? And what his goal is to bridge that, right? Bring in players who are in their kind of mid to late 20s, so he could start to bridge that gap, right? A lot of players in the NHL, the average age of your peak is about 27, 28 years old.
Okay.
Right, so bringing players in who are right around that.
In hockey, in hockey, the peak is 27, 28 years old.
Based on averages, yeah.
Okay.
Like most players will start to peak around that time.
Okay, I'm just curious.
Now take like a Sidney Crosby out of that too.
Players, of course, outliers, right? Outliers. So, for example, in football, they say the magic number in football is 30.
Right.
Right. Not too many people want to mess with you.
Nope.
In the NFL, at a top price, unless you're an outlier like a TJ Watt, for example, Myles Garrett. So I'm not even sure how old Myles Garrett is right now. He might be 29. I'm not sure. But is it the same way in hockey? Is the age 30 where, they really don't want to pay you top dollar anymore? Yeah,
there will be. I mean, again, outliers like Erik Karlsson's going to be. He's going into the later part of his 30s. I mean, 36, right? So he's technically an older player. He's been around a while. So yeah, it tends to get, as you get up there in age, your value tends to come down. But there's still. But there's those outliers where Erik Karlsson making $11 million a year, still, at that age, and he's still highly productive at that age.
Okay,
but you don't see that. I mean, that's not normal, right?
Yeah. So 30 is still the age.
Yeah.
Okay, and I just looked it up because I was curious as well. So yeah, Myles Garrett is actually 30 years old.
There it is.
30 years. He'll be 31 during the season. December 29th. So what we need to do, Ken, we need to see if our control room could actually bring up the video for people to see a little clip from the press conference earlier today. And what time was the press conference as this comes up, as we effort?
The press conference was at noon.
It was at noon.
Yeah, he talked for about 45 minutes, which was...
They had a great exit interview with Evgeni directly, and then subsequently you've had continued discussions with...
You probably have to stand up and do it, Ken.
JP Barry, and the season that...
Okay, so did the video play?
Yeah, it sounded like it came through.
Yeah,
Sorry.
We've had, obviously had a great exit interview with Evgeni directly, and then subsequently you've had continued discussions with his representative JP Barry, and the season that he's had, where we're at, where we're going. I don't look at our younger players. I think they did enough to have it viewed like he's blocking anybody out in that regard. So
That's what you talked about.
Mm-hmm.
we just continue to work with JP on it. So I guess that's as clear as I can be. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, so that was Kyle Dubas there. Like I said, he talked for about 40 minutes about this, and this was the first thing that came up. And it was a quick in and out, kind of conversation. Still working with the Malkin group, Malkin team, his agent. And I wonder if, trying to read the tea leaves a little bit here, and I'm wondering if, because he was so open about this, right, and said we would love to have him back, is there an offer out yet?
So why did it take so long, or why is it taking long? So why wasn't this done during the season, for example? They don't have a policy like the Steelers have a policy where they don't do contracts during the year, right?
Yeah, no, there's no policy. They actually did a couple, or one this year, but that's a good question. I actually think they wanted to, to see how he finished out, how the playoffs went, how did he perform, how did he show up, and
motivation, maybe motivation,
and
didn't want him to be too hungry.
And he's going to be a 39-year-old. He's or 40 years old, and he's essentially, stating that he wants to be back, right? Who has the leverage in this kind of situation, right? So the Penguins kind of have that leverage to say, all right, yeah, we'll bring you back for one more year at this price, right? He's making 6.1 going into last year.
Okay.
Right? Him and Letang make exactly the same. Is he a $6.1 million player at 40 years old?
Well, that's what we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you get paid, once you hit the age of 30? So after everything that we heard, Ken, and the things that you said, do you think it gets done?
Yeah, I think it gets done.
Okay.
I definitely think it gets done. I think now it's just a matter of waiting and figuring out what the numbers are, what the terms are. I'm sure Malkin wants a 2-year. He wants a 2-year deal, and I'm sure Dubas is not really up for adding another year to it. But we'll keep everybody updated with those terms as soon as it does come through. If it does come through, I'm sure it will. But we'll keep everybody updated. But I think that goes into another point here, though. Kyle Dubas, the Penguins are going into this offseason with roughly $42 million, little bit around the $42 million in cap space.
Okay.
That's number one in the NHL this year. Number one.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So
a lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do. And at the, and he was very honest about saying that he was pleased with the direction they went, but by no means are they there.
Right.
Right. And pointed out a number of things. However, with $42 million, you would think, okay, this is the year, go spend.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But he was very mindful to say that, this offseason may frustrate some people because, Penguins having that much money, that much cap space. You think it's going to be a fun summer and you're going to see a lot of signings coming through. He kind of pumped the brakes on that.
Okay.
And said, one, when you look at the free agent market, it's not very attractive right now.
Okay.
Right? There's not a lot of names out there. The names that are out there are over 30 years old. Right. And so, and he also made a point that there's a lot of money across the league right now. The salary cap went up. Right. So even though they have the most, there's a lot of money across the league right now. And the free agent market, without it being deep, there's going to be some overpaying.
Okay.
Right. So he mentioned, like, we have to do it wisely. They cannot make moves that feel good in July and look terrible in November. And he doesn't want to burn cap space on the wrong guys and handcuff himself when those players, when the young players are ready to be paid as well. Right. So, and he was very transparent, and that's when he went into it and said, I'm looking for those mid-20s proven difference makers, not a rental, not someone just to pay or just some names that So
yep.
He even said it may not be as big of a July as everyone wants, but it's planting seeds to make things come to fruition in the long run.
Got it. So we're going to go ahead and get ready for our first break of the night here. And let me tell you what we have coming up before we go to break. We will talk Pittsburgh Steelers when we get back.
Let's do
it. Delay. You know who I'm talking about. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
it has to be.
I forgot about him.
So the delay continues. So why are the Steelers continuing to wait? The Steelers were busy signing a player too, Chris Boswell. We need to talk about that signing, and also is Joey Porter Jr. next. And we need to let everybody know what went down in rookie minicamp. Quarterback again was one of the main focus of rookie camp, Drew Aller. So we'll talk about what they said and what I saw when I was over there on Saturday at Steelers mini camp. And then we need to talk NFL schedule. I'm not sure if you know, Kim, but there's a schedule release on Thursday. Did you know that? Are you going to the schedule release party?
I was going downtown. They're setting it up at the Three Rivers at the Point.
Yeah, all that. Why not? They had the draft here.
Right.
I think that's a good idea. Don't give the NFL some ideas, Kim.
Oh, I'm sure it's already in their minds.
Because you won't get paid. I'm sure they wouldn't give you a piece of the pie. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and take a break. And when we come back after the break, we'll hit up the Pittsburgh Steelers with all the topics that I just touched on.
Partay, yes. Each Saturday, we throw it back with some of the best old school music, funk, R&B, old school, rap, hip hop, and all the jams that make you move and dance. Yes, check it out. Each Saturday, right here on Pittsburgh's DSEN. All the old school jams, 6 to 11 p.m.
Pittsburgh, have you seen our Sunday radio schedule? Ooh, it is lit. Start the day off with our Sunday gospel music from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will inspire you and have you praising the Lord. Then from 3 to 8 p.m., we bring you Sunday jazz melody for all the jazz lovers. Then cap off the night with the Quiet Storm from 8 to 11 p.m. to hear the best smooth, romantic, and soulful R&B sounds of yesterday and today. All that each Sunday on Pittsburgh's DSEN, the place for soul.
Pittsburgh, it's an old school.
Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Look no further than Soul Pit Media. With our award-winning print, internet, podcasts, and Soul Pit television options. We can help your business get to that next level. For more information, contact Craig Dawson at 412-407-7685. That's 412-407-7685. And let Soul Pit Media take you to that next level.
Business owners thinking about back-to-school promotions and replacing summer flavors with pumpkin? What about your taxes? Reduce your stress and tax liabilities by planning for tax time now with Cameron Professional Services Group. CPSG takes your goals, values, and visions to create a custom tax plan catered specifically to your business. We work closely with you to ensure that as your business grows and goals shift, so will your custom plan. Located in the Hill District in Pittsburgh, PA, CPSG is a CPA and consultant firm, providing services in accounting, auditing, tax planning and preparation, community development, and operational management. Call Cameron Professional Services Group today at 412-251-0607.
Have you had the Beat by Niche experience? Beat by Niche is one of the top makeup artists in the city of Pittsburgh. She's touched the face of Cardi B, love and hip-hop personalities, and various Steeler wives. If you have not sat in her chair, what are you waiting for? Visit beatbyniche.com to schedule your special makeover for all occasions: weddings, graduations, proms, photo ops, and more. Visit beatbyniche.com and experience the touch of excellence.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, to another version of Soul Tape. We do this every Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. If you missed any part of the first segment, we actually talked about the Pittsburgh Penguins. The president of hockey operations and the GM, Kyle Dubas, actually spoke to the media today. Kim was there.
Yes, he was. And you know what's funny? I was going to say this right before we went to break. Was I was hoping Aaron Rodgers was listening to Kyle Dubas.
Why is that?
Because Kyle Dubas threw out there a few times, with some nice words about Pittsburgh and how it's great to raise a family here and the schools, and he loves the city.
Yeah.
And it was a sell to potential free agents.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I was hoping that Aaron Rodgers heard him and reminded him.
Mm-hmm.
But then again,
he might have heard him. There were reports that he's been in town over the weekend anyway.
Where'd he go?
I was over on the south side. I didn't see him.
Right.
However, this is me. And I don't have any inside information as far as what's going on with Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Matter of fact, I think a local radio station actually reported that a deal was getting done over the weekend.
Yep.
And it never got done. So you have to be careful with your sources. You have to be careful. But it would not surprise me that Aaron Rodgers was in Pittsburgh over the weekend. I'm not saying that he went to the facility, okay? But it would not surprise me if he took a physical, okay? Because before you do a deal, they have to make sure that everything is good with you, okay? So you come into town to do a physical with the team, doctors. It doesn't have to be done over on the south side. It could practically be done anywhere. But that's my take, and
it's not a bad take, yeah.
Like I say, I don't have any inside information, but I'm just saying it wouldn't surprise me that he was here and he was here for a physical.
Yep.
So we'll see. what goes down. And the question is basically, why are the Steelers waiting on Aaron Rodgers?
Is it a win now situation? Like, if he's on the field with the Steelers,
yeah.
He's on the field with the team, is it truly a win now?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. The Steelers could have went in a lot of different directions as far as the available quarterbacks out there. However, they've had Aaron Rodgers in the building, as they say. He was here last year. The Steelers made the playoffs last year. Not only did the Steelers make the playoffs, but the Steelers won the division, the AFC North. And a lot of times when I hear different people talk about, where the Pittsburgh Steelers are right now, of course, that franchise quarterback is not here yet. We understand that. But a lot of times, Ken, when I hear people talk, they talk as though the Steelers were in last place and didn't make the playoffs.
We forget.
I mean, to be honest with you.
If we don't win a Super Bowl, we forget.
Yeah. And here's the deal. And I'm going to go back to hockey. I'm going to go back to the Penguins. I'm going to go back to Dubas and Malkin. Okay, they both made it known that they want the relationship to continue. Okay, it's not like Malkin is sitting back and saying, well, we'll see. Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens. He made it known that he would like to play again. He would like to. I believe he said even in Pittsburgh he would like to play again. And Dubas said the same thing. With the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers is different. I've been saying for the longest, what does it matter as long as the Steelers know? And we talked about this many times before. The Steelers aren't always right. However, I trust them. And, Ken, when you trust people, I don't care who they are, every once in a while they let you down, right? They let you down. But I'm going to trust them. And as I said before, I'd rather win. I would rather go 10-7 or 9-8 and make the playoffs and lose in the first round versus going 3-14, not making the playoffs and having that high draft pick and missing on that high draft pick because it's not guaranteed. It's
not guaranteed.
Yeah. So why are they waiting on Aaron Rodgers? I think as a result is basically what I just said.
Can I ask?
And T.J. Watt and Cam Hayward too. I think they factor into this as well. The win now mode, right? But go ahead.
Can I ask? This is a very serious question. Okay, are they losing anything by waiting?
Are they losing anything?
Is there anything to lose by waiting?
I don't think so.
Honestly,
I just think it's a benefit.
I think it's just a perception, right? And I know they don't care about what people out in North Center Street are talking about, in their driveway. They don't care when it comes to someone saying, oh, they shouldn't be waiting around for Aaron Rodgers, right? They know. There's nothing to lose, honestly. There's absolutely nothing to lose. Because if he decides to retire, then he decides to retire.
Yeah, because really when you think about it, and we're going to talk about this a little bit coming up, rookie minicamp. There's only a certain number of veterans that attend rookie minicamp. Mm-hmm. So far, has he missed anything? He hasn't missed anything, right? But you have that narrative out there that is controversial, and people like controversy.
Yep.
We're going to talk about Victor Wembanyama a little later when we talk about the NBA. Should he have been suspended? Okay. There's people that will say, yeah. There's people like me that will say no. Okay. But and then it's the offseason, Ken, right? The NFL, as we say all the time, they really don't have an offseason. So you have to have some, you have to have some news too. I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't put it past the NFL to say, hey, you can hold off because this is good talk. This is good talk.
Right.
So hold off a little bit. It would not surprise me whatsoever.
And like I said last year too, and I know you and I talked about this, like him signing right now and putting his name to paper is only impacting us, meaning us who's talking
exactly
about it, right? The Steelers the organization, they're not going to move any differently if his name is on a piece of paper or not.
Yeah.
They're going to continue to do the same things and have to prepare for the season, right? When you get into the game to game, no, that's a different story, right? We can't be going into game one not knowing, and we won't be, right? I hope not, knock on wood. But if he decides to retire and not come back, then we move forward as is, right? And we look at, if they want to look at other available options or go into OTAs with this group, then that's what we do.
All right, so we need to move on and talk about this new deal Chris Boswell just got.
I'm sorry, our producer just has some beeping noises coming up. I think it's the Brinks truck backing up.
So the deal, Ken, I'm trying to see if did you send that over to me when it broke? I can't remember. Okay,
no, I did not. I'm sorry.
It must have popped up. I can't give you the credit for it. But all of the relevant information is out there on YouTube as well. Matter of fact, I meant to tell everybody as well, Ken, the full interview from the Cal Dubas press conference from earlier today. That's out there as well, right?
Yep.
So everyone, yes, make sure you stay updated with our YouTube channel because we put all the relevant Pittsburgh sports information out there. Now, I'm taking a look at the post I put out there yesterday regarding Chris Boswell new deal. And according to the sources indicated, a new 5-year, $31.12 million with $14.7 million guaranteed. That's really good, Ken, for a kicker.
Yeah, it is.
And maybe
absolutely.
Maybe I shouldn't say for a kicker. I should say for an elite kicker.
Well,
right?
I mean, hands down. You're talking, what is he entering he was entering the final year of his deal. He was only getting paid $5 million, but overall 10th at the position. He made 27 of 32 field goals this past season, including being probably the team's MVP. I know
sure
Kenneth Gainwell was named the team MVP, but if you really look at it, probably the most points on the team and probably the team MVP. He has carried us through games, right? We can look back many times.
I saw one stat, Ken, where the kickers, I think he might be in second place.
Yeah.
The kickers, did you see that stat?
I believe so, yeah.
Number of wins without a TD.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I think he was number 2.
Right.
I can't remember who number 1 was, but he's clutch.
I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I believe this contract now ties him with the Cowboys, Brandon Aubrey, who just signed as well as the highest paid kicker in the NFL. I think he deserves it. Hands down.
Yeah, I think he deserved it too. And he was really, what can I say? He was really a team and organizational player the way he handled his contract situation. Because last year, he really wanted to have this deal done last year.
Yeah.
And he had to wait. And who got paid last year? Cam Hayward got paid last year. Mm-hmm. And Boswell was still good about it. And he performed last year as well. So, yeah, I'm happy to see that he was able to get paid. Now, let's talk about the next person that might have a big payday here, Joey Porter Jr. Some people might get mad. Some people that we know, Ken, might get mad that the Steelers are probably going to extend Joey Porter Jr. He's going into, his fourth year, if
Yep.
I'm not mistaken?
Correct.
Okay.
No fifth-year option. Remember that, okay? He was not a first-round pick. Even though he was selected 32 overall. Was he selected 32 overall?
I'll have to go ahead and talk. I'll look it up.
But he does not get a fifth-year option. So, yeah, he was selected 32 overall.
Was it 32?
2023.
It couldn't have been.
Was it Miami? Did not. They had their first round
There has
pick
to
taken away. So he
For
was,
what?
I think it was that issue with Brian Flores, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So there was only 31 selections in the first round.
Yeah, that's unusual.
Yeah, it was. But that's why,
That's
remember when
unusual,
he was signing his rookie deal, he was trying to, there was talk about, is he going to sign as a first-round pick?
Right.
Because it was 32.
Right.
But it ended up being...
That'd be a good trivia question.
Right.
That'll stump somebody right there.
Yes,
Because
it
I'm
will.
thinking there has to be 32 picks in the first round.
Right.
So, yeah.
Because we selected that first pick in the second round.
What draft was that, Ken?
2023. But yeah, I just, Kevin, as you just mentioned, there's going to be some people because he's one of those players that like you either love him or you hate him, right? And the vast majority of people that I know or that I've talked to about JPJ, I think he's doing a really good job. He's one of those, long, skilled kind of cornerbacks. Not very good at. He's not a ball hawk or anything like that, but he's cleaning up his game, less penalties, more consistent, genuine. I think he's a genuine cornerstone of that secondary, and I think is going to be for quite some time. But the market, it's going to scare us when they see the number come through.
Yeah, yeah.
J.C. Horn down in Carolina just got about $100 million over 4 years, right? Patrick Surtain is the benchmark even above that. So, yeah, I mean, I know we added
what were those numbers again?
J.C. Horn down in down in Carolina just got a big one, like $100 million over 4 years.
100 mil over 4 years, so that's about 25 mil per year. Mm-hmm. You have any guarantees on that?
Ooh, I have to look it up here for you.
Because from what I understand,
including 28 million, roughly 28 million was the signing bonus, and 72 was guaranteed.
Is the 28 part of that 72? Or you're not sure?
No.
Because if not, that'd
be $100 million.
100 mil.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, basically.
Guaranteed, basically.
Wow. So, elite corners, from what I understand, is around 30 mil. So Porter will probably be between 20 million and 30 million. And would you think that would be a good signing?
I think so.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I think so too.
How long have we been looking for a cornerback? Right? Probably since Ike.
Yeah.
Now to bring one in who we drafted, who is, a cornerstone of the secondary. He's healthy. He's Steelers like bloodline.
Definitely.
All of those things.
Definitely.
Right? And he plays really well. Right? He does play really well. Would I love to see him have better hands? Sure.
Yeah.
But he's doing amazing. I would lock him up. If we lost him, that would be a throwaway right there. I would not be happy if we lost him.
We got it. All right, so we'll keep everybody posted with everything that's going on in the off season with our Pittsburgh Steelers. And if you would like to call in and be a part of the conversation as well, if you're on YouTube, the numbers are on your screen, as well as on the radio side. The numbers are on the website, but since I'm a nice guy, as I always say, I'll give them. The call-in number is 412-213-8995. Again, 412-213-8995. Or you can text us, 412-218-3888. And that text number you can use for the live broadcast as well as for someone that might watch the recording. Okay, let's talk rookie minicamp.
Can I just
Go
ask
ahead.
one quick question before we move forward? Because there's a few other players who may not be getting an extension, who are big names, right? There's a few of them here. So we're talking Keanu Benton.
Yep.
We're talking Darnell Washington.
Okay.
Nick Herbig.
So defensive line, tight end with Washington, Herbig with outside linebacker. That outside linebacker position will be very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. There's been speculation that one of them could get traded. Anyone from T.J. Watt to Alex Highsmith, I could feel comfortable saying that it probably wouldn't be T.J. Watt. And the only reason I'm saying that is because he was on stage during the draft, and I think it matters with stuff like that.
Sure.
And when you start seeing them come out with the upcoming team magazine and you know, they wouldn't put the player out there if they dealt them unless they break away from their long tradition of doing things like that.
Sure, but you know, going away from trade talks, you know, just as think about it, if everything just stays the same, no trades, are any of those three, Keanu Benton, Darnell Washington, and Nick Herbig, are any of those priority extensions for you?
I would say no, because there's Highsmith just got signed not too long ago. Okay. And then you have Herbig, and then I like the linebacker out of Ohio State too. Okay. So I like that position. And you're eventually going to lose somebody.
Sure.
Right? And the Steelers are really good at outside linebackers, you know, selecting outside linebackers, right? For a long time, the Steelers were really good with drafting wide receivers, right? For a long time. And that kind of, you know, went away the probably last 4 years. That went away. And I can't even really say that because the Steelers did draft George Pickens, which is a elite wide receiver, right?
Absolutely.
But yeah, I feel pretty comfortable. So I wouldn't prioritize any particular one from that group. But since you said that, Ken, maybe the prioritization would be the youngest.
Okay.
Look at it that way. And so yeah, this should be very interesting moving forward. What about Keanu Benton? He's in what year?
Yeah, his name was in there.
I know.
Yeah,
but what year is he in?
He's in his fourth.
Okay.
So he's last year of his rookie deal. Nick Herbig is his last year of his rookie deal. Darnell Washington, Broderick Jones, obviously, and Patrick Queen as well. He's in the last year of his 3-year deal.
And he got paid when he came here as well. So on the defensive side of the ball, I'm just looking at the depth chart since we're talking about this as well. Outside linebacker, Jack Sawyer.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is the youngest, isn't he?
Who, Jack Sawyer?
Yeah, I would think he's the youngest.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
so if I had to prioritize, that's probably where I would go, even though he hasn't seen a lot of playing experience, but I think he's going to be really good. Yeah. All right, so we'll move on to pretty much give a recap of the Steelers rookie minicamp. As I indicated, I was over there on Saturday. For those of you watching or listening, if you haven't had a chance to check out the videos, the interviews, and some of the drills from rookie minicamp, they're out there on YouTube. We're going to show one particular video to kind of give you a sense of what went on. It was a lot of drill work. There are some positions that you couldn't really get a whole lot from. I think the quarterback position was one where you could get some assessment or some information. And where I'm going here, Drew Aller, and Ken, you pointed it out, and I'm glad you pointed it out, and it was a very good observation on your part regarding the number of quarterbacks at rookie minicamp. And Mike McCarthy was actually asked about that. Actually, I was going to say, my guy Ken brought this up, but I think Jerry Dulac brought it up before I had a chance to ask the question of why one quarterback. But when you question it, my response is basically what Mike McCarthy provided. He basically said it allowed more time for him to work with him. It provided more reps for him, and it also allowed him to see how much he could handle as well. So we're going to go ahead and play this video. And again, everyone, this is from the Steelers rookie minicamp this past Saturday. This should be coming on in any minute now. If we have that available, you're going to check to see if we have that available, Ken. All right, so we'll go ahead and go without that video. Let's just do that, Ken. That way. Oh, it's been on. Okay.
Yeah, there's just not much audio behind it.
That makes sense. I was thinking it was a interview, and I see here the different drills, and again, Drew Aller doing his different drills as well, footwork. Ken, I wasn't impressed with Drew Aller from a passing standpoint. He's known to have a strong arm.
You were not?
Okay, I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed with
at the minicamp.
At the minicamp,
okay.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed with the type of ball that he throws. He doesn't throw a tight, consistent ball, if you ask me. Now, this is from someone who doesn't, rate quarterbacks on a daily basis, but based on my observation, and then really a lot of the media there, we talked among ourselves as well, and I was told that was pretty much the consensus.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're listening on the radio side, what's going on now, the videos are being showed from the drills from the Steelers rookie and minicamp. Drew Aller, the offensive line, the defensive rookies that were there. When I take a look at the rookies that came in, one of the rookies that really impressed me was Jeremy Bernard, the wide receiver. He's really impressed me.
He's going to impress us all year, I feel like. He's, his nickname was Uncle Germ down in Alabama for a reason.
Yeah.
Right? He's a mentor type. People look up to him. He's all business. That's why I really am looking forward to seeing him. I think he's going to be a long-term stud for us. But back to Drew Aller just really quick here.
And before you talk about Drew Aller, I just got a text from my guy, John Bell, and he said he wasn't impressed with Drew Aller either.
Yeah. And
so we'll see.
I think it's I want to be fair to Drew Aller, right? I really want to, because I'm really excited to see him play and giving him an opportunity. So I'm really waiting until we get to minicamp like OTA mini camp to really assess, because I know right now it's like, hey, don't even worry about that aspect of it. Let's focus on feet.
Yeah.
Let's focus on, where your feet are and things like that. And so I'm trying to not be, I'm trying not to be biased, and I'm trying not to be difficult, because I don't disagree with you at all. I saw the same things, but I really want to give it time and wait until it's more in like a offensive
Yeah, it's
line.
early.
Yeah.
It's early, but we have to give some feedback based on rookie mini camp, and that's the feedback. And to give you an example, and I should know his name, is Mason for Pitt, the quarterback for Pitt. Mason, I forget his last name, having a brain lapse here, but the first throw that I saw him make,
Heitenshow. I can't ever pronounce it.
Yeah, there you go. Mason Heitzel.
Yeah.
Okay, the first throw I saw him make, I was impressed.
Yeah.
I said, this guy has a nice arm. Okay, and it's kind of like a baseball player too, right? I hope this doesn't. I hope both players succeed, right? But we're going to talk about the Pirates coming up here also. What is the weakest part of the Pittsburgh Pirates? But there's a pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Bubba Chandler. Okay, a lot is expected of Bubba Chandler. Okay, he throws a hard ball, but he's known to be erratic. Okay, he's known to be erratic. So you don't want to fall into that particular mode.
Yeah.
Okay?
See, I'm like, and it's so funny because like seeing him in Steelers uniform this past weekend, I took some time over the weekend, was watching some of his Penn State games, and actually watched a few of his what some would say were like his worst plays.
Yeah.
And then some of his like good plays, and then some of his games as an overall.
And the video could be cut. I think we saw enough of the video as well. But go ahead, Ken.
So like in game time, I feel like his arm is incredible. Has a lot of zip coming out, has a lot of velocity. I mean, it's almost like he can toss a 60-yard with a flick of a wrist. So I'm interested to see.
You're saying Drew Allen?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
And
here's why I say what I say. You're talking about elite athletes at the NFL level. Mm-hmm. This is not college, right? So if you're throwing a ball that is fluttering, it won't be good.
No, it won't be. Yeah.
Especially there's a reason Mike Tomlin didn't really like throwing over the middle unless he had a bona fide quarterback.
Right.
Okay, there's a lot of traffic in there, and you have to be accurate, and you have to have some zip on that football.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I 100% agree, because you can't come in with a fluttering pass to the outside or even in the middle, like you said. And, and that was always something that scared me about, like, Kenny Pickett. It felt like every throw, to the
Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah. What scared me about Kenny Pickett, his arm strength, right? There was just no zip on it. But I have, with Drew Aller, I feel like he does have an elite arm. He did with Penn State at least, and so I'm interested to see how he looks later on. I'm not going to put too much stock into the early on tape.
Well, one thing I am happy about, I swear, I'm happy about this. Mike McCarthy, okay, is teaching.
Hands-on.
He's hands-on. And that's no slap at my guy, Mike Tomlin.
No.
Right?
It's a different...
I mean, yeah, you have things you're good at, right? It's like Mike McCarthy over at rookie minicamp, and we'll see what happens during the season. But he didn't even know the defense. He didn't even know the defense was at practice. That's how much focus he had on Drew Aller.
Yep.
Okay. Now Drew Aller is going to get all the benefit of the doubt. He's Mike McCarthy's guy. He was picked in the third round versus Howard.
Will
Howard was picked in the sixth round. He came in under Mike Tomlin, so I think it's all laid out there for Drew Aller. I think it says a lot that the Steelers went out and drafted a quarterback when they did, like I said, the third round.
Mm-hmm.
So I think next year, this time, Ken, when it's time for a draft, we'll see what the Steelers think of Drew Aller. Because if the Steelers are out there, trying to get another quarterback early, that's going to say a whole lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. Yep. And you know what? And this goes back to Aaron Rodgers. If he doesn't show up, I'm excited to see, whether it is Drew Aller or Howard, whoever it is, I'm excited to see it.
Definitely.
I think Mike McCarthy seeing.
Well, I like the competition.
Yes, that's what
between
I mean. Yep.
Drew Aller and Will Howard.
And
whatever competition they're going to have.
And seeing how hands-on Mike McCarthy was, and just seeing how much feedback he was giving, and those little things, we haven't seen that in a long time.
And I'll tell you something else to look at. Monitor the depth chart, okay? Because that's going to say a whole lot.
Yep.
I tell you, if Drew Aller moves in front of Will Howard, it won't be good.
No, and
it won't be good.
And to Will Howard's, side of it too, it is, one, you kind of have to look at this as his rookie year as well. Even though he got to stand with the clipboard, he was hurt, and had that broken hand or broken wrist, and so we don't even know what he's like either, right? We didn't even see him in a preseason game,
right?
So we're getting to look at two quality.
I saw him. I was fortunate enough to see him in practice. I'm not sure, Ken, when you went over there.
Yeah, I saw him in practice.
Okay.
I mean, in a game, game scenario.
Yeah.
But I've seen him in practice.
But if you can't do it in practice, you can't do it in the game for most people.
Well, but there's a lot.
Some people are game players.
That's my point. Is some people will look real good in practice.
You're right.
And look real bad in a game. So I want the game time.
Yeah. But for the most part, I would say it's probably 80-20. What you do in practice comes out in the game. But last thing before we move on off the Steelers, and again, the phone lines are open if you would like to call. One other rookie that stood out to me, Dalen Everett, the cornerback. 6'1", 196 out of Georgia.
Yep.
Seems like he has a real good head on his shoulders. Moving around really good. I can't remember what his 40 time was, but
4.3, I believe.
He looks really fast.
Yeah,
he looks really fast.
4.39. If I'm not mistaken, 4.38.
4.38.
Yep.
Yeah, and he looks all of sub 4.4 as well. But he's going up against other rookies and veterans that are trying to make the team as well, or coming back from injury, and it's in shorts. So hopefully he'll be who I think he could be. So we'll find out. All right. So what we'll do, we will take a break in a minute here, but let me tell you what we need to do. We'll talk about this when we come back from break. Ken, don't let me forget this, man. We need to talk NFL schedule. We already know who the Steelers have on their schedule. Now, on Thursday, we'll find out exactly when they'll play, how many primetime games.
You like how they do that?
Will they have?
Every week of the year, it's NFL, right?
Yeah.
Just drop another carrot.
There you go. That's it.
I like it.
Yeah, they have it. They have it together from a marketing standpoint. I tell you that. All right. Also, when we come back, we will talk golf, PGA Championship. Who do you like in the PGA Championship this week? As a favorite to win, and also who could possibly be a sleeper. And then we need to talk Pirate baseball as well. What is the weakest part of the Pittsburgh Pirates? We'll have to talk about it. So we'll go ahead and take a break, And we'll talk about everything that I mentioned when we return.
We are going to be on the Royal Caribbean cruise line and their new ship, Icon of the Seas, November 7th through the 14th, 2026.
We got excellent.
Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Look no further than Soul Pit Media. With our award-winning print, internet, podcast, and Soul Pit television options, we can help your business get to that next level. For more information, contact Craig Dawson at 412-407-7685. That's 412-407-7685. And let Soul Pit Media take you to that next level.
Business owners thinking about back-to-school promotions and replacing summer flavors with pumpkin? What about your taxes? Reduce your stress and tax liabilities by planning for tax time now with Cameron Professional Services Group. CPSG takes your goals, values, and visions to create a custom tax plan catered specifically to your business. We work closely with you to ensure that as your business grows and goals shift, so will your custom plan. Located in the Hill District in Pittsburgh, PA, CPSG is a CPA and consultant firm, providing services in accounting, auditing, tax planning and preparation, community development, and operational management. Call Cameron Professional Services Group today at 412-251-0607.
Have you had the Beat by Niche experience? Beat by Niche is one of the top makeup artists in the city of Pittsburgh. She's touched the face of Cardi B, Love and Hip Hop personalities, and various Steeler wives. If you have not sat in her chair, what are you waiting for? Visit beatbyniche.com to schedule your special makeover for all occasions: weddings, graduations, proms, photo ops, and more. Visit beatbyniche.com and experience the touch of excellence.
Looking for a cost
We are going to be on the Royal Caribbean cruise line and their new ship, Icon of the Seas, November 7th through the 14th, 2026.
We got excellent dates because the dates that we got are not within their blackout date, which means that whatever current promotion is happening right now with Royal Caribbean, when you pay your deposit, that promotion will be applied. If it's 60% off the second person, there's one that's a drink credit because they run different promotions all the time. This is a large corporation, and we have all balcony rooms and we have ocean view rooms that are reserved just for DSEN listeners. Icon of the Seas, it has elevated adult-focused party and chill areas. It has an infinity pool where you sit in this infinity pool and you see views of the ocean. They have a day vibe where there's a DJ. They are a little bit of party without the chaos. So you're not going to get the hoopla party chaos, but you're still going to be entertained. They have the Aquadome. Those of us who are Pittsburgh born and raised, we remember when the Civic Arena used to open up the dome. Remember that?
Absolutely.
How amazing that! I saw Prince and they opened the dome. Well, they have something called an Aquadome on Icon of the Seas, and basically you sit in this theater type zone and they're doing acrobatics and night activities. You get views of the ocean and the sky and the stars and the moon, and it is just wonderful. They have water park at sea that has 6 water slides to it.
It's
And of
like
course,
a floating city.
it is. It really is.
You're talking about a dome that opens.
Which is why they don't say decks. Instead, that what they have are different neighborhoods. Because it is. It's a rolling on the sea city. And we're going to stop at St. Martin in Phillipsburg. We're going to stop at St. Thomas. Those will be full days where we're there, so you can do excursions if you'd like to do excursions. And of course, there's the perfect day at Coco Cay, which is Royal Caribbean's private island. And we're going to have a special reserved section for DSEN listeners. It's going to be a wonderful time. While we're on the cruise, we're going to do some trivia. Of course, we'll have a welcome cocktail as well as a farewell dinner. It is not just limited to the radio listeners. Bring everybody. The deposit is $250 per person.
You can go to Pittsburgh's DSEN's website to find out all the good information about the cruise, Icon of the Seas. I even love the name.
No, I love it. I'm a cruise fanatic. I'm ready to go home and start packing. So
I-
I'll see you ladies later.
All right, we are back. Welcome back, everyone. This is Soul Take on Pittsburgh's DSEM. My name is Kevin Cameron. Ken Craig. I'm calling you Keith for whatever reason.
Whoa.
Keith is not
I'll
here.
take that.
Ken Craig.
Keith's my guy.
So far we've been talking Pittsburgh Sports. Pittsburgh Penguins, the first segment. We just got done talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers in the second segment. Aaron Rodgers continues his delay. Chris Boswell's new deals. Joey Porter next. Rookie mini camp. What we saw, Drew Aller. Can the Steelers actually upgrade Drew Aller? Well, we'll find out. Now we need to talk about the pending NFL schedule. And as I said, Ken, we already know who the Pittsburgh Steelers will play. It's just a matter of when they'll play those particular teams. Okay? So we have the division games. Okay? So we have the Clevelands, the Baltimores, the Cincinnatis. Okay? Both home and away. But in addition to that, Houston, Indy, Denver, Atlanta, and Carolina. So what's that? 3, 6, 8. So 8 home games this year. I think last year we might have had 8, and the 9th one was over in Ireland.
That is correct, yeah.
Okay. If that's the way it was.
Yeah, because I think we were away that game.
Okay. And then away games, not counting the division again, is Jacksonville, Tennessee, New England. Who's going to be New England's coach?
I think Mike Vrabel will be.
You think he'll get through this controversy?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Okay.
I don't want to say unfortunately or fortunately, but I think he will.
Okay. New Orleans, that's a good away game to go to, New Orleans.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Okay. Tampa, that's another good place.
That's, yeah.
And then Philly. So I like that. Boston, New Orleans, Tampa, even Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
hey, I just heard a commercial on this network, I believe, talking about travel things. So, if you wanted to hook the show up with a little trip to see a football game up in New England, that would be fun.
Yeah, it would be fun. I thought about doing that last year. Yeah. Whenever the Steelers went to New York. Yeah, that was last year, opening day against the Jets.
Yeah, you were out there for graduation, right?
Exactly. Yep. So it all worked. Well, graduation was earlier.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I went back for the Jets game, and what I tried to do, Ken, I tried to go to the U.S. Open tennis.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, but it didn't work out. So hopefully I'll make it one of these years. All right. So again, the schedule release is Thursday.
Do we need to talk about strength of schedule for the 2026?
Sure.
Okay. Have you seen anything about strength?
I haven't.
All right. So we'll talk.
Wouldn't strength, does it have anything to do where you play?
No.
No? Okay.
what they do is for the strength of schedule, they take the final records from last year, right? So as of today, and this can change all throughout the year, right? Because
sure,
but as of
it does change.
It definitely does change.
Yeah.
Teams don't come in the same as they finished. The team with the hardest schedule going into 2026 is the Chicago Bears. They are sitting at a .550 win percentage.
Okay.
And I'll give you the top three, actually. Number 2 is Miami Dolphins, and number 3 is the Green Bay Packers. They have the top 3 hardest schedules. The bottom 3 at 30, Cincinnati Bengals.
The bottom 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have the...
Didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that matters.
Yep.
Yeah.
New Orleans Saints have the 31st hardest. And guess who's last?
Who?
Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
With the easiest strength of schedule going into next year.
Yeah. What I would like to see with that too, Ken, probably over the last 10 years would be fun to look at the beginning of every year, because I'm thinking Cleveland, they're used to it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably in that position every year.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers are sitting at the 19th. So right in the middle of the pack, right behind San Francisco 49ers, who have the 18th spot, and right ahead of the Dallas Cowboys, who have the 20th spot.
19 isn't bad. 19, and one of the things about the schedule, what I look for is, well, not just the primetime games, right, but also look at craziness, like playing 3 games in 11 days,
right.
the way the Steelers did 2 years ago.
Right.
Also, your road trips. Okay. Are you playing a 3, or are you going to have a 3-game road trip?
Mm-hmm. Or, how turnaround time, days off between a Monday night game and a Thursday night game.
Your bye week is important.
Yes.
And I wonder how they do that, because the Steelers had a bye week, and I want to say maybe the 4th or 5th week. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if the NFL says, okay, every year you're going to be in a different position from a bye week. This year you're early. Next year you're in the middle. The following year you're late.
Yeah.
I would think that they would do something like that.
I don't know. I don't know how they figure it out, because they have, not only does the NFL have storytellers that sit in the NFL like, oh, we should put this game on opening night, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Because I wouldn't be surprised if, the Steelers just happen to open it up against Houston Texans.
Yeah.
Who we, ended it with.
Right.
So,
but I want to say they already decided on the first Monday night game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they did.
Was it the Giants and the Cowboys?
Yes.
First Monday night game, or
yes,
was that first Sunday night game?
I think that.
We'll look it up.
I'll look it up, because they did decide on like the first primetime games there.
Yeah.
So I'll have to go back.
And they actually do a, what can I say? A organized league, right? They organize these leagues to gain interest and put Troy Aikman. He does what, Sunday or Monday night?
Oh, I couldn't,
because he was on ESPN. I want to say Sunday night.
Yeah,
but they had the organized league so they could go out and promote those applicable games.
That makes sense. First Sunday night game will be September 13th. The Cowboys versus the Giants.
Okay, so it's the Sunday night game, but those are the things that make the schedule interesting, and then you look for different matchups. Like last year, it was cool to see Aaron Rodgers go back to New York, where he left, and it was cool to see Green Bay come in here who he played so many years with. So yeah, looking for all that kind of stuff. All right.
Well, first Monday night game is going to be September 14th, 8 p.m. Broncos versus Chiefs.
Okay. And there's a Wednesday night game already, if I'm not mistaken.
I heard there's Tuesday night games now too.
Tuesday? Really? Now they're messing around, Ken, breaking into our show time.
Right.
Yeah, that's a problem. All right, so we need to talk about the Pittsburgh Pirates. What's going on with the Pittsburgh Pirates? The Pirates actually have a game tonight, and Paul Skeens is on the mound tonight, and that's a 6:40 p.m. game. I'm not sure if there's a score, but we'll see if there's a score in that particular game.
Buccos are up 1-0 right now. Yep.
All right.
Bottom of the third.
How many hits, Ken?
Ooh, 3.
3 hits. Paul Skeens gave up 3 hits so far.
No, the Pirates have 3 hits.
Okay, but how many did he give up?
0.
Oh, he gave up 0. He has a no-hitter going on.
I didn't say that.
You said
no one should be saying that.
What? I got you. Okay, it's all good. But, hey, I tell you what, Ken, if he gets to like the 7th inning, no hits, I might have to go over there. You know, I might have to break and go over there.
Do you want to hear a funny
and check it out?
This is a true story about myself. I've never been to PNC Park.
You're kidding me.
I swear.
Wow.
Never.
That's major news.
I was born.
And what has been keeping you away from PNC Park?
Nothing. I just never have.
That's incredible.
Again, raised here in Pittsburgh, grew up here in Pittsburgh, saw it built, have walked across the Clementi Bridge, everything.
Why haven't you
walked right around it?
why haven't you made time to go to PNC Park? You're pulling my leg. You have to be.
Right hand up.
So why haven't you made time to go to the best ballpark in America?
There's no excuse. Other than, I didn't live in this state from, 20-something years old until 10 years ago. I was away, I lived in Dallas.
Yeah, but see, PNC Park, if I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to go from memory. I think
it was around before I left.
2001, right?
It was around before right around there.
Yeah. But you've been back how long?
10 years.
10 years. So there you go. I don't understand that, Ken.
No excuse.
I don't understand
I just never have. I have no clue why.
Wow. Well, we're going to have to fix that.
Yeah, I would love to. One of these days.
All right. So as far as what's going on with the Pirates coming off of a 6-game road trip, just took a L on Sunday. Extra innings. I was watching, some of that game, and the Pirates went up like 6-4, and it was looking good in extra innings, and they allowed San Francisco Giants to come back and actually win that game. So now they're home. The Pirates are 22-19, 4th place in the National League Central, and 5 games behind the Chicago Cubs. 5 games. You don't want to fall too far behind. And the National League Central, again, is a very competitive division. And, all the teams in the National League Central are still all the teams have a winning record. Okay? So the competition is definitely there. So how will the Pirates compete? Okay, what are the areas that the Pirates need to improve in order to compete? So, in other words, what's holding the Pirates back? Do you want me to start, or do you want to? Okay, there's a lot of different areas that me personally I'm not happy with. And the common, or I should say the most popular consensus is the bullpen. Okay. The Pirates really need to get better bullpen reliability. Everyone should know the Pirates have one of the best starting rotations in Major League Baseball, led by the National League Cy Young winner of 2025, Paul Skeens. Okay.
Stud.
Yeah, Mitch Keller is doing well, also in that starting rotation, along with a number of others as well. Mm-hmm. So, but when you have good pitching, you need to have good defense, and you need to have a good bullpen. So once the starting pitcher is done, turn it over to the bullpen, play good defense, close the game. So right now, that is not happening. And I mentioned defense as well. So number one, I would definitely say bullpen.
Yep.
Number two, I would say defense.
Yep.
There's been
sloppy
defense, primarily in the outfield, right? Primarily in the right field. You got O'Hearns out there, you have Reynolds, and you have O'Neal Cruz. And I see them all making mistakes. I see them all making mistakes. You can't do that. I know the trade deadline isn't until August 3rd, but as I mentioned previously, you don't have to wait until the trade deadline to make a move. You know, more especially when you're playing in the National League Central, as competitive as it is, you know, you make a move when you can make a move. Mm-hmm. Okay. And right now I'm hearing that they might be in the market for some corner outfielders, even though O'Hearns is new. Reynolds got paid not too long ago.
I was going to say, shouldn't he be I mean, by now, he's definitely a vet on the team, but shouldn't he be more of a leader in that sense, especially, I mean, he's one of the higher paid.
He should be. He should be. But should be and being are two different.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely
two different things. So yeah, there's a lot of guys that really need to step up. And then some people will talk about not enough offense. I do agree that more consistency is needed in the lineup from a hitting and run standpoint. However, I think if they're able to fix the bullpen and play better defensively, that's gonna really make them more competitive.
Well, yeah, absolutely. You have to have a bullpen that can take you deep into games, right? If they come out in late in games and get sloppy, and you don't have run support, it's a domino effect at some point, So yeah, it's where they're at. They definitely need to. If there's a few pieces that could help them get over that little plateau there, that could be a big deal.
So the Pirates are on a 3-game winning streak though at home. So hopefully they'll be able to add on to it and continue to be competitive in the National League Central. All right, let's move on to the PGA Championship. And what we'll do, Ken, we'll blow by this last break. No need to take it. Since we started a little bit late, we need to get caught up on our topics and everything. So PGA Championship is this week. And as I grab my folder with my notes on the PGA Championship, give me your take, Ken, as far as who you might like. And don't go with the most popular pick.
Man, this is a tough one. Because there's a lot of good players that are playing really well right now, but there's one player who I think is ready for a comeback. I don't even know if it's a comeback. He's at the top, but is it Scheffler's time?
Is it? Well, he's been missing the mark.
That's
Ken.
my point.
He's been missing the mark. I mean, a guy like Scotty Scheffler, you never know.
Right, he won last year.
Yeah, but last year he was hot. As
and
well. He was real hot last year.
Hot.
Yeah.
I mean, this time last year he won, 3 out of 4 events in a row. Yeah, he was on fire. Because he's been really off. That's why I'm hesitant to even say his name. But I think I'm going to root for him right now.
Are you sure?
No. Not at all.
I don't have a problem with rooting for Scotty Scheffler.
Him or I like Cam Young. I think he's due. Pretty soon.
Okay.
So someone like Cam Young as well, I could see making a run at it.
Okay. Well, they played the Truist Championship last week, and Christopher Ritton. Is that how you pronounce his name? Ritton?
I don't know. I never heard of it until I saw him win.
Yeah, so he actually won with a -15. Ricky Fowler was in second, tied for second, -13.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Along with Nikolai Hogard, -13 as well. I'm not sure. Well, let me just give the favorites that I have for the PGA Championship this week. Okay. And this is actually going to be played at the historic Arnemick Golf Club outside of Philadelphia.
Yep.
So, hey, it's not too far away. And some of the favorites, you already mentioned Scotty Scheffler. Okay.
Do you want me to give you their betting odds?
I have it right here.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So he's the defending PGA champion. The odd that I have here, Ken, is a +480. Is that right?
Yep, that's what the PGA Tour is showing as well.
Okay. In 2026, multiple runner-up finishes, and he's still at number one, the number one ranked golfer still in golf, in men's golf. All right, Rory McIlroy, which I don't want him to win. Okay, and you know why, Ken, I don't want him to win, but he's still a favorite. He was able to win.
He'll be a favorite until he's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how it'll go.
So he won the Masters, and he's actually looking to have consecutive majors, to win consecutive majors and a third PGA championship. He actually shot a course record 62 at this particular venue. So that's something to look out for. And his odds says +850. Okay.
Yep.
You mentioned Cameron Young.
He's actually up to 950 now.
Is he up to 950 now? Okay.
Yep.
So you also mentioned Cameron Young. He's pretty hot right now. He already won major events in 2026, including the Players. Okay. So we need to continue to watch him. John Rahm is another one. And he's coming off a live golf performance that I understand that was pretty good. I would know because I don't watch live golf.
Nah.
Did they say when the final event would be, since the funding is being
other than hearing that the funding's
taken
completely
away?
pulled, right? Yeah. I don't think they my understanding was they like canceled a lot of different stops. So I'm not sure when they're cutting that date off yet.
Okay. And then we have Alexander Softly, other contenders to watch, Bryson DeChambeau. DeChambeau.
Yep.
Okay, I got it. Ludwig Oberg. I got that one.
There you go.
Matt Fitzpatrick, Brooks Koepka, and Jordan Spieth. Who I'm going to go with here, Ken. I'm gonna go with Alexander Schauffele as my winner.
Okay. I like him. He's a good guy.
Okay.
Always positive, really good with media, just a good guy. He's at a plus 1,800 odds.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cam Young at plus 1,300. So that's who I'm going to take.
Who you're taking? Who?
I'll take Cam Young.
Cam Young.
Yeah.
Okay. What about your sleeper?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Let me tell you who my sleeper
question
that I have here.
All right.
I'm going to go with Patrick Cantlay.
I like him. That's a good one. That is a good one. I am going to go with Joaquin Neiman.
He's not even on my list. Spell his name?
I'll spell his last name.
Okay.
Niemann.
Okay.
Mann.
Okay, I recognize him now since you mentioned it.
Yeah, Joaquin Niemann. He's won a few times.
Okay. So this is major number 2, right? Major for this year. Major number 2.
Masters and the PGA Championship.
All right. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Should be a very good tournament. I didn't have a chance to take a look at the forecast. So hopefully, I think it's supposed to be pretty nice here. So here in Pittsburgh. So hopefully across the state, it'll be pretty nice for them to get in a nice tournament, a nice competitive tournament in the Philadelphia area. All right. So we will move on to the NBA. Like I said, we're blowing past our last break so we can make sure we get all the topics in. And from an NBA standpoint, Ken, the New York Knicks are looking really impressive.
Yep.
Really impressive.
Absolutely.
You know, just swept Philadelphia, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do you think they can win it all?
They have a shot. They absolutely have a shot.
I know they have a shot, but
no,
can they
I'm
win?
Saying they are playing like a championship team. Will they? I'm not ready to say that yet, but
and what I should have started with, Ken, is some tragic news that happened in the NBA, and prayers out to the family of Brandon Clark.
Just absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah, I'm only 29 years old, and I'm going to read from the article that I pulled off of ESPN here. Memphis Grizzlies forward Brandon Clark has died. The team, his agency, and the NBA said on Tuesday, which is today, he was 29 years old. Neither the Grizzlies nor Clark's agency, Priority Sports, provided any details about Clark's death. The LAPD sources confirmed to ABC News that Clark was found dead from a possible drug overdose on Monday in a home located in LA San Fernando Valley. So, again, prayers out to his family. When I saw that, I cringed. Just too young to be passing away, and you know, I know what the reports are out there, but
it's a human life, and he's a sibling, he's a son, you know, he's a cousin, he's all of those things that we are as humans, right? And anytime someone like that, you lose someone like that to something tragic or, you know, anything, it's just so heartbreaking. So I really hope the family, I wish them well, and I hope everyone involved, recovers okay.
Yeah.
But if you're struggling, seek help.
Definitely. Now, not only did the Knicks sweep the 76ers, but they actually blew the doors off of them, 144 to 114. That's incredible.
That is.
You know, Ken, it's one thing not to play defense in the regular season, but to let someone score 144 points on you during the playoffs, man, that's just bad.
I mean, they did it to the Hawks too.
Yeah, I know. They've been blowing a number of teams out.
I don't remember being back in our day.
Yeah.
I don't remember 140 points being put up.
You say you don't remember?
I don't.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. No, not at all. Yeah. So, and then they'll get one of their best players back as well. So I think the sweep helps the Knicks in so many ways. And then we have Detroit and Cleveland. Cleveland took out Detroit yesterday. Was it yesterday, or I think it was last night? So yeah, Cleveland took out Detroit 112 to 103. Donovan Mitchell went off. I think he only had 4 points in the first. Only had 4 points in the first half. Ended up with 43. Okay, and then the Thunder did their thing against the Lakers.
Yep.
Okay,
Swept them.
They swept them.
Get the broom out.
As well. And talking about sweep, does LeBron sweep his career away?
I don't like to say that. I think it's past due. I mean, you know my perspective on this, but man, how do you come back from that too? You know what I mean? Like, clearly the Lakers said they would love to have him back. I know they want him back probably, but man, I'm gonna say hang it up. That's me.
I mean, he's still doing well though.
Yeah.
Still doing well.
Is he doing
even
well?
At his age?
Is he doing well or is he LeBron?
Both. Both. All right. But just going back to the Knicks again, like I said, it really helped them that they were able to sweep even without, OG Anunoby, if I said his name correctly there, and Cleveland and Detroit are battling, 2-2. So that just allowed him more time to get ready. And then the other series that's tied up 2-2, and they actually play tonight in probably about 11 minutes, 8 o'clock start. We have Minnesota and San Antonio. And the big controversy here, Ken, and I'm going to make sure I have my phone line open here in case we do get a call regarding this particular subject. Wemby, did you see the elbow
Little
that
elbow.
he threw? Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I thought dude was knocked out cold.
So how do you feel about it? Did the NBA do the right thing and not suspend him?
Well, tell the follower, did he get any punishment? So
he did get some punishment. The punishment was he was ejected from that particular game.
But nothing else beyond
the last
that,
game. Nothing
right?
else beyond that.
Was it intentional? Like, do you feel like it was intentional to hurt the Timberwolves player? I'm sorry, I don't know the person's name.
Yeah. I don't think it was intentional to hurt. I think the elbow was intentional.
Right, well, clearly he's trying to get he's trying to clear people off of him, but man, that's a difficult one. I don't think he should have been suspended. I especially don't think he should be suspended in a playoff game. Okay? If you want to eject him for that game, that's a big deal to lose your best player in a game.
Yeah, he actually threw an elbow at the player was Naz Reid. Hit him in the jaw with 8:39 left in the second quarter. So that was basically, that was the majority of the game.
Yeah,
that was the majority of the game.
Then I think that's more than enough. So I agree with the NBA for not doing more. Now, I know if you're a Timberwolves fan, you're probably like, yeah, he should be out. But I just
and I'll have to check. I don't think he has much of a past history,
right,
of these type of flagrant incidents,
right,
as well.
And even when you look at it, yeah, it was it excessive? Yeah. But was it like, I'm trying to think of like a situation where it would be like a direct shot to try to hurt somebody, in a game. And I didn't feel like it was that. I feel like it was excessive and dude got in the way. you know what I mean?
Now, what I will disagree with the NBA on, he didn't get a fine. From what I understand.
Okay. So he should, he definitely should get a fine.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You have to fine him. But my biggest thing is, it does matter who does it. Okay, and a lot of people don't like to hear that. But to me, if I'm playing, just say for 76ers, and I'm the 8th guy off the bench. If I do that, suspend me.
Yeah.
I would understand. I'm the 8th guy.
Yeah.
I don't have any value to the NBA from a rating standpoint. I'm not global, right? Because Victor Wembanyama is from France, if I'm not mistaken, right? Is it France? I think. But anyway, he's an international player. Okay.
French. Yep.
Yeah.
French.
So, I mean, that all factors into it. But like I said, if you're, a player that doesn't have that type of value to the league, well, you should be treated differently. I'm sorry. I'm not saying, you don't call certain fouls or anything.
No. I think I know what you're saying. And I think that there's a big difference between ejecting somebody and calling a foul, right? Or suspending someone for 3 games and calling a foul, right? Like, there's a big difference there.
Yeah.
You don't eject you don't suspend a star player who not only impacts the end result significantly, but also impacts ratings significantly.
Well, let me ask you a question. There's a local guy. A lot of local guys got suspended from Pittsburgh teams, but the most recent I can think of is Evgeni Malkin.
Yep.
But that happened during the regular season. So if Malkin did what he did in the postseason, do you believe he would have been suspended?
Yeah, I do, actually.
You do?
Yeah.
Because I believe that what Victor Wembanyama did, if it were in the regular season, I think he would have got suspended. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I think...
That's why I brought it up.
I think, Gino's move was directly to hurt somebody. You hit him over the face, or you hit him in the face with your stick, right? So it was a direct shot. So I don't know. But I do agree with you. I don't think he gets suspended in the regular season. Or wait, you said he would get suspended.
He would.
Yeah.
He would. Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. It's such an odd situation,
and I'm not sure what's going on here.
But there's a lot of
lot of bikes. Yeah. I'm not sure if there's a race going on here in Pittsburgh. I don't see roads blocked off, but hey, that's what happens when you do live radio, and YouTube and everything here. All right. So a couple other things we need to talk about. Giannis Antetokounmpo. I knew I would mess that up. The Greek Freak. Anyway, Milwaukee has decided to shop him, to allow him to, be on the trade market based on what I understand.
Okay.
And then who else do we need to take a look at as well? What's going on in Philly? Joel Embiid, what they decide to do with him. Personally, I think he needs to move on. They have 3 guys that's making a boatload of money. Paul George, I said Joel Embiid and Maxey. I think those are the 3 guys that's making a lot of money. But Paul George and Joel Embiid, I don't think they add the value.
I've seen, what about like Ja Morant? I've seen his name thrown out there a little bit. Michael Porter Jr. Out of Denver, and potentially Anthony Davis as well. I've seen him mentioned in hypothetical trade scenarios. As teams look to kind of shake up some rosters around the NBA.
Okay. All right, let's close this thing out, Ken. I think we got in all the topics that we needed to get in today.
Man, it's been busy.
Yeah, it has been. I didn't forget anything, did I?
No.
I just want to make sure.
Nope, all good.
Okay.
No, it's all good. It's been a busy day. Lot going on in Pittsburgh sports, but pretty soon here. When does OTA start?
I think in
18th?
less than a week.
Yeah, May 18th,
Or something,
I think it is.
in about a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about to get real busy up in here because Pittsburgh Steelers football is about to be back. But I'm good on my end, Kev. How do you anything on your end?
Nope. Go ahead and close out.
All right. I just want to say thank you. Thank you especially to all of our followers. I've been getting just absolutely peppered with questions for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And, especially if you see a post that we throw up, go ahead and comment or ask anything. I threw out, just for example, I threw out a question. What did our fans want to know from the players during their locker clean out?
Yeah.
I got questions like crazy. So it was pretty.
Was that on X or YouTube?
Yeah, I put it up on X, but I'm going to start doing it on YouTube as well.
Okay.
But it's awesome. So thank you all so much for that. And thank you all for connecting and subscribing. Also, as anyone who listens to this knows that this is very important to me. Autism awareness is something that impacts all of us. 1 in 5 children are impacted by autism, or someone in your family or someone close to you is probably also impacted by it. And a lot of times resources are slim. So if you need help, need to get in touch with someone on how to navigate the school system or navigate the world, or your family needs help, reach out to our station here. We are very close and connected with a few people in the industry that do big things. So thank you all again for tuning in, and we will talk to you next Tuesday.
Excellent. All right. So in my close, I would just like to say thank you to everyone out there for watching and listening. Please join us again next Tuesday from 6 to 8. Next Tuesday, I'm trying to see when the French Open is. I think we have a couple more weeks before the French Open gets started as well. But please continue to not only support the show, please support Pittsburgh DSEN as a radio station.
I may have some really quick news.
Aaron Rodgers?
No.
Okay.
Better, though.
Okay.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be facing the New Orleans Saints.
Okay.
In Paris, France.
Wow. I know my daughter Kiera would love to go there.
October. It looks like the game is set in France.
I didn't think the Steelers were scheduled to play internationally.
Neither did I. But it's going to be it's the inaugural NFL Paris game.
Good breaking news.
So the first ever NFL game in France is set for October 25th, week 7, with kickoff at 9:30 a.m.
Wow, I might have to go cover that game.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to go cover that game. Thanks. Yeah, that's big news.
Absolutely.
All right. So, everyone, please continue to support Pittsburgh's DSEN. We're a 24/7 radio station. We have great content. If you haven't been on our webpage, pghdsen.com, please visit it. Please check out the radio schedule. Please check out the radio schedule for all of the content, a lot of great shows. And I also like to say it was a fantastic weekend. The radio station, Pittsburgh DSEN, supported For the Love of the Dance, which is a number of organizations that get together to fight cancer. And we supported that effort. And we also raised some money in the process. We committed to donate $500, and that's all based on the number of subscribers that will actually subscribe. So if 50 people subscribe at $10 each, we'll donate $500. So we hope we hit that mark because we do want to contribute $500. In addition to that, our wonderful sister-in-law, my sister-in-law anyway, Juanita Hogan, also donated. So if anyone is out there would like to donate, we'll take the donations and make sure it gets to the applicable organization. And As a result, we're increasing that $500 amount as well. And as the outro, when we sign off here, you'll hear hip hop drum beat as the outro. However, if you're on the YouTube side, if you want to continue to listen to Pittsburgh's DSEN, we have a great program that's coming up directly after our program, and that is the best of soulful music that will play until midnight. Check it out, and we'll appreciate it. Also, please remember to like this particular broadcast, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed. So we're going to go ahead and sign off for tonight. My name is Kevin Cameron. He's Ken Craig, and this is Soul Tape. Everyone take care. All right. Once we got started.